Here goes the World War III news. Oh boy. So the Hezbollah released a video pretty much giving the United States a direct warning that their ships are in range and they do have missiles that can destroy carriers and warships, which is a very sinister message. Crazy. We also had this protest in Austin, Texas, to showcase their stand with the Palestinian people. And these protests have been brewing up all around the world in large numbers, from London to Paris to Berlin to Toronto, and now the United States as well. It's only getting worse. Here's the one from Toronto. Just look how many people's in this. Crazy. We have Israel doing more strikes, which happened on the Lebanese border. We also have Trump that's warning that if the United States came under a nuclear attack or was in a nuclear war with a major adversary, that nuclear weapons are so powerful that Mexico would be wiped off the map as well. Crazy to hear about, but listen to this.
The biggest threat is nuclear weapons. And we have a man that doesn't even know what a nuclear weapon is as our chief negotiator. And it's a very scary thing. You could end up in World War III. And if World War III happens, probably Mexico will no longer be around, because the power of nuclear weapons are so big. If they hit us, you're going to be wiped out too. That's how big.
Damn, that's as blunt as you get, just telling the other country you're going to be wiped out too. But speaking of nuclear weapons, since America did strikes simulating attacks on Russia, Russia has released this video to seem to be an ICBM being launched from a submarine as a simulation strike on America. So, yeah, I don't like this back and forth that's going on between the US and Russia. And then we got our China and Philippines issue.
Middle of the West Philippine Sea on a resupply mission to a Philippine Navy outpost in Ayungin Shoal. Yet, they're surrounded and outnumbered by the China Coast Guard, the Chinese Maritime Militia, and even the People's Liberation Army Navy. Grappler is on board the Philippine Coast Guard's Melchora Aquino on a resupply mission to the BRP Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal. The day ends on a win, but that's not the full story.
If y'all don't know, things have been getting tense between the Philippines and China, as China's been a lot more aggressive with the Philippines, and the Philippines have been challenging their patrols in the South China Sea to the Thomas Shoal. And China's been, trying to push back. So the U.S. is trying to kind of maintain this because they're warning China, if anything happens with the Philippines, we will go to war with China. But that hasn't stopped China from taking action in the region. And then we got Israel moving tanks to the Lebanese border, getting ready for some kind of offensive up there, as the war seems to be intensifying as well. After a suspicious incident, NATO is now working to protect their undersea infrastructure. If y'all don't know what happened to NATO's infrastructure, Finland and Estonia's pipeline and telecommunication cables were severed. Sweden's and Estonia's was too as well, and the only suspects was a Russian vessel and a Chinese vessel, which now they're calling a deliberate act of sabotage, meaning that they did it on purpose. China's President Xi Jinping will be here tomorrow to negotiate with Biden with keeping AI out of our nuclear systems, which should stop artificial intelligence from taking over any kind of nuclear commands or anything that could be super dangerous out of human hands. We have Israel saying that they carried out 4,300 strikes on Gaza since the war started. That's a lot of airstrikes and destruction, my friends. We have Poland deploying tanks near Belarus as we speak. We have the United States Air Force getting ready to take down Chinese warships, or they're training for this. This is not new, but China has been increasing their fleet, and they have become more dangerous. So now the United States is doing more practices to take out the problem. Not only the United States, but Japan, Philippines, Australia, and others are working together in the region to stop Chinese aggression as well. Here's the missile that the Hezbollah released that could take out aircraft carriers or U.S. warships. So, yeah, and they are in range. These are also Russian-made missiles, meaning if they use these missiles on a U.S., aircraft carrier or something like that, we could hold Russia accountable for supplying them with these. U.S. forces in Syria were targeted 4 times. It's been way more than 4 times, but at least in 24 hours it was 4 times. Now it's probably more, but we've been getting attacked way more in the Middle East because of tensions between Israel and Hamas. The U.S. have been doing airstrikes back, and they're saying that Iran personnel were present at the facilities hit by the United States in Syria. And so far, the United States have lost 4 troops. Well, I think as of this video, it's 7 troops now that I heard. So prayers for our troops. Prayers that this war ends. More news next. Much love.